Good morning, guys. Once again, I am here to discuss about the third videos based on sources of energy, class 10. So today we will discuss about hydropower plant. Means a big power source among those renewable sources of energy, as well as we can say as a alternative sources of energy. Now, at first we will go for the basic things required for this hydropower plant. The first things is dam. A dam is a barrier that impounds water or underground streams. The water is ejected upon requirement by the power plant to generate hydroelectricity. Means to generate hydroelectricity, we need to set up one dam. And dams is nothing but a place where we can store a huge amount of water. It can construct on the riverside. It can also create on the way of river. Now, the disadvantage of construction of big dams. So that means one can say for this hydropower plant, we need one dam. Now, when we construct this type of dams, that time some of the disadvantages come into play. What are the disadvantages? Let's proceed for that. Number one, submarine or loss of large variety of flora, fauna, and human settlements, and rotting of submerged vegetation release greenhouse gas. So these are the main disadvantage of construction of a big dams. Means when we construct a big dams, at that time the plants, that is flora or fauna, that things which is present underground water or just outside or just beside this river where we want to construct this dam, that can be affected. Or one can say that human settlements, means some village or their environment, can change due to this construction of a big dams. Or the plants which grown within, means near to this dam, that can release some greenhouse gas also. They pose dangers of earthquakes, landslide, etc. Means the effect of this construction of dams also leads to earthquakes or the landslides. Okay. Now, hydropower plant, the main themes or the main part of our topic. Hydropower plant convert the potential energy of falling water into electricity, since there are few waterfalls which could be caused as a source of potential energy. Hence, this is the reason a large number of dams are built all over the world. Okay, so the fact is hydropower plant means for this hydropower plant we need to construct a dam, and within this dam we store a huge amount of water, and that water, when it's stored, it contains a huge amount of potential energy. If we can pass this potential energy, or we can channelize this potential energy to kinetic energy, then through this kinetic energy we can get electricity by using a turbine or generator. Throughout the world there are so many waterfalls. Now if we place a turbine just near to this waterfall, due to rotation of this turbine fans, this kinetic energy of this waterfall can also convert it to electricity or the electric energy. Around 25% of our country energy requirement is made by hydropower plants. In our country, means 25% means one can say is a 1/4 of the total things. So here is a picture of this hydropower plant. Please check it and let me show the each and every portion of these things. Look at this. Here is a reservoir. Means some river must be here. So we just create one dam at this point, and a huge amount of water stored within this place. As huge amount of water source are stored within this place, so this water consume huge amount of potential energy. Now within this dam we create one channel. When we open this gate, a gate must be there. When we open this gate, that potential energy of this water is transferring to through this channel as a form of kinetic energy through this water. Now we place one turbine. Here is a turbine. Okay. Now this turbine is nothing but it just look like a wheel. This wheel is connected with this dynamo, and these are the magnets. These two are the magnets. When this wheel is rotate, at that time this these things, or we can say the rectangular formations of this dynamo is rotating within this magnet, and that creates a huge amount of electricity. This electricity is transferred through these things, and it can be channelized to the different power grid to the different zone of our country. Okay. Now this water after transferring this, it just travel through this river only. Means this water again transferred to sea or anywhere, and it can again come back in the form of rain and through water, and this water again stored within this reservoir. Means it actually helps the water cycles, as well as we can say it is the alternative sources of energy as well as the renewable sources of energy, as the source here we use is nothing but water, and this water will not end. So it's a really a great power source now or till date. Okay, let's proceed for the next things. Let's take a video based on this hydropower plants. Let's check it. So here is a hydropower plant, hydropower or hydroelectricity. The hydroelectricity is actually based on this water cycle I told you. So it's based on water cycle through this sun. Okay, earlier we are using this type of hydropower plants, means the rivers is flowing and the wheels is rotating, and for that electricity generated. But now we are using a turbine as well as this generator. Moving water can rotate this turbine, and through generator electricity produce, and which helps to distribute among all those countries. Now there are two different type of dam structure, as well as we can say the different structure. Now the first dam structure is like this. Here this the same things we can store our dam, and this higher reservoir, from the higher reservoir water is flowing, and when this water is flowing, turbine rotate, and due to this rotation of this turbine, electricity produced, and that electricity is flowing. Means this kinetic energy is actually converted to potential energy, and this water is again stored to this lower reservoir. Okay, these are the first type of hydro power plant. Where the second type of power plant, we fixed, or we just choose a running water, and we just can channelize a different route of these things, and within this different route we place one turbine, and due to this rotation of this turbine we get this electricity. This is the two type of variety of this hydropower plant. Now here is the dams. We can say a large hydropower plants can produce 30 megawatt. Even small hydro 100 kilowatt, and micro hydro can produce a less than 100 kilowatt of electricity. But this large dam produced 2074 megawatt of power. Means it's a huge. Means you can see this graph. Um, what are the benefits of this hydropower plants? The first is cost competitive. We can say, as it is a alternative sources of energy, so cost competitive. Second is it's a reliable source, and the third is best load power, we can say, and the last one is flood control. It can control the flood also, and fifth is water cycles. Okay, now concerns or the limitations of this hydropower plant. as we are producing a different type of or a large amount of dam, it can affect the flora or fauna. I told you that it change these things. Even the breaking of this dam can produce a huge amount of flood. That thing also I told you. And there is also produces some CO2 gas, as we are using cement within these productions of this dam. So CO2 also increases this greenhouse effect. Also the methane which are present within this dam also can affect our environment. So that's all about hydropower plant. Okay, that's all. So next point, what are the advantage of this hydropower plant? Though I told you this small part, so let's proceed within the big way of this advantage. Hydropower is a fuel by water, so it is a clean fuel source. Hydropower does not pollute the air like power plants that burn fossil fuels such as coal or natural gas. Means in other cases where when we are using this coal or natural gas, that time it produces a huge amount of carbon dioxide gas or carbon monoxide gas, even the other forms also, that thing affect our environment. But here we will not get such type of trouble. So as it is a clear source, as we are using water as a fuel. The second thing is hydropower relies on the water cycle. I told you, which is driven by the sun. Thus, it is a renewable power source. It's a renewable power source. Nothing to say about this. And the third point, hydropower is generally available as needed. Engineers can control the flow of water through the turbine to produce electricity on dam. Means whatever energy we require, that thing only we can produce by using this hydropower plants. Means it is till now it is a best source of energy. One can definitely say this. Number 4, hydropower plants provides benefits in addition to clean electricity. Impoundment hydropower creates reservoirs that offer a variety of recreation opportunities, notable fishing, swimming, and boating. Most hydropower installations are required to provide some public access to the reservoir to allow the public to take advantage of these opportunities. Other benefits may include water cycle or water supply and the flood control. Means the dams what we are producing, that things also helps the human also for swimming, fishing, or boating, etc., etc., as well as it also helps to water supply, as well as it also helps sometimes to control the flood. So these are the main benefits of this hydro. Let's check about the disadvantage of this hydropower plant. The first disadvantage, hydropower plants can be impacted by drought. Means when we produce a dam, so that times just other sides of this dam can produce a droughts, so which can affect a huge. When water is not available, the hydropower plants can't produce electricity. It's also the another disadvantage of this hydropower plants. Means if water is available, then okay. If water is not there, then we cannot produce this uh, electricity. The second thing, new hydropower facilities impact the local environment and may compete with other uses for the land. Those alternative uses may be more highly valued than electricity generation. Means as we are producing dams for this hydroelectricity, so that time there may be some other things which is much more important than this electricity production. That thing also hampered by this hydropower plants. Human flora fauna may lose their natural habit. Means they have to change their habit when we produce such type of dam or the local culture. Next, hydropower plant can impact water quality and flow. Hydropower plants can cause low dissolved oxygen level in the water, a problem that is harmful to dependent habits and is addressed using various aeration techniques which oxygenate the water. Means we all know this oxygen also take part for breathing for the animals which is which are in underwater. So this oxygen should be supplied within this water. Now when we produce this type of dam or this power plant, that time it hampered to oxygenate the water. So it affect different type of animals, even different type of plants. Maintaining maintains flows of water downstream of a hydropower installation is also critical for survival of reference habits. So these are the main disadvantage we can say. So these are disadvantage, though these disadvantage is there, but still we can say yes, this hydropower plant is a great source of energy. Okay, so that's this hydropower plant. Thank you. Have a great day. Next day we will proceed with a new sources of energy. Thank you all.